Hello, it's Julia here, the single mum entrepreneur, and today we're going to be talking about another way of making money online, because that's what my channel's all about. How to make money online, whether it's some spare cash or just a side hustle or even a full-time income online. What we're going to talk about today is one of my favourite e-commerce or online retail business models, which is called dropshipping. But we're going to talk about something specific within dropshipping called print on demand. And I'm going to give you an introduction to what that's about, and then just talk about generally the kinds of places that you can start making money from print on demand. Now, on my channel, I also have a bunch of videos about Shopify and dropshipping, because that's actually my main way of making money online. So if you're interested to learn more about how to start a Shopify store and set that up and start doing dropshipping with Shopify, then please go and take a look at those videos. But I'm going to explain basically what dropshipping is and why print on demand dropshipping is particularly interesting and a really worthwhile side hustle. We're not going to go into specifics of actually setting up particular accounts today. We're just going to go through what this is all about and the kinds of different platforms that you can use. So let's get started. So first of all, let's take a look at what print on demand is, or what a print on demand service is. So first of all, it's actually a low risk way to create and sell physical products that are customized with your own designs. And the reason it's low risk is because you don't have to go out and buy a load of t-shirts, start printing them yourself, invest in a, some kind of fancy printing machine that can print designs on fabric, or buy a load of plain mugs, and then you have to try and, somehow get the designs onto the mugs or whatever. And a lot of people who, start selling t-shirts, they might just get a load of t-shirts made and then store them somewhere at home or whatever. But print on demand takes away all of that kind of work and that risk. So for that reason, it's a low risk way to have your own designs, get your own designs onto physical products. And soon we're going to look at the kinds of products that you can put them on. And so the next thing is you earn money by putting these graphic designs onto a range of products. So it could be t-shirts, mugs, it could be posters. The t-shirt industry is always going to be, a best-selling industry. And it's obviously very popular. It is competitive, but, if you can create some quirky, standout, unique designs, then it's actually a good way to make money. And the thing is, you only pay for what you sell. So that's the whole on-demand part of it. You just pay when a customer actually buys one of your t-shirts or one of the designs, but you're not actually having to store the t-shirts themselves, because somebody else is going to do that. And that comes to the next point, which is the print supplier. So the print supplier will actually print the design on the product. So your customer will come, they'll see your storefront, they'll buy the t-shirt. You've essentially just uploaded the design onto the t-shirt and made a kind of a mock-up. And then when there's an order, that will get passed through to the print supplier, and they will print the design on the product and they'll pack it and they'll ship it directly to your customer. And all you will pay for is the price of the t-shirts generally, or the mug or whatever it might be, and some shipping, obviously, to your customer. And then obviously your profit is the difference between the price your customer paid and the price that you pay to your print supplier. So this is a type of dropshipping business model, but what is better about it is the shipping times are faster. Now, as I said, when I spoke at the beginning, I do dropshipping, and dropshipping is a kind of retail business model where you have a storefront, but all the products that you're selling on your storefront are not actually stored by you. So you don't have a warehouse or a big stock room piled high with stuff ready to sell. It's actually your suppliers or the manufacturers who have all the stuff. And then when you get an order and you give the order to the supplier, then they're the ones who find it in the warehouse, they pack it, they ship it. So essentially you can sell things that you've never even touched. Now, I do recommend that whatever dropshipping business you're in, that you try and order some samples. And I would definitely say with print on demand, it's probably a good idea to order a couple, say for example, t-shirts, order a couple of t-shirts from the marketplace you'll be selling on, just to see what the quality is like. Because obviously you want to get an idea of what kind of product your customer is going to be receiving. But what's really special about print on demand is that it is better because the shipping times are faster. Generally, when you're drop shipping, as in my case, and thousands of other people do the same, they send goods from China. And obviously the shipping times are not slow, but they still might take a couple of weeks. And so your customers are going to be happier if they get their goods within, say, kind of like 4 to 7 days maximum. So what are the benefits of print on demand? So essentially the first main thing is that there's no inventory or stock needed. So you don't have to pay a load of money up front to go and buy products that actually you might not even sell. Then this is a low risk way to get started because you're not actually buying any products up front. You're only paying for an item when a customer purchases it. So in that sense, there's no need for any storage space or any warehouse. And also you don't need your own physical products. So again, you don't need to have a load of plain t-shirts or a load of plain mugs or anything like that. All you need are the designs. And the great thing about this business model is it's passive income. So you design something once and the products will just sell over and over again just from that one design or two designs. And you can also sell worldwide 24/7, especially if you're using a marketplace platform. And we're going to look at a couple of those marketplaces shortly. And then also you don't necessarily need to drive people to your store. So driving the traffic, getting eyeballs looking at your products, because some of these marketplace platforms already have people going to their website daily, people buying t-shirts and mugs and goods on their websites daily. Obviously the most important thing is they are free to start. So this method is free to start. Now, there are a couple of sites where you would have a small charge to start off with, but the three main websites we're going to look at to start with are all free to start. So these are the best free places to start selling. So the marketplaces I was just talking about. So the first one is Teespring, which is one I personally use. So teespring.com. And then there was Redbubble, which is incredibly popular. It's redbubble.com. And then Merch by Amazon, which works slightly differently to the other two. And that's merch.amazon.com. So we're just going to take a short look at each one of those. Okay, so the first site we're going to go to and look at is teespring.com. So here we are on the Teespring homepage. As you can see, it's got lots of kind of information for you to start taking a look at. So if you just click on how it works, it will actually then go through how easy it is to start using Teespring. Now, Teespring is probably, along with Redbubble, these are the two most popular, most well-known sites or marketplaces for selling your custom merchandise. And they're incredibly well known. And also they do have fulfillment centers all over the world, because obviously that is a big concern. If, for example, like I'm based in the UK, I don't necessarily want my merchandise or t-shirts just being printed and shipped from the USA, because I may have customers in the UK or Europe and they don't want to wait extra days for it to come from the US. So the fact that Teespring has fulfillment centers that can print and pack and ship the t-shirts from Europe is really important for me personally with my business. So this is just in a nutshell how the process works. I won't go into it in great detail because I'll do that in a separate video. But you basically create your product, which just essentially means you upload your design using the Teespring launcher, and then you can play around with the different colors or fonts or whatever it might be, and also put your existing design on there. So you get the chance to customize your product with the Teespring launcher. Teespring also has its own network in order to boost your sales. I do know that with Teespring, if you have to make a few sales before they start kind of boosting your profile or your storefront on Teespring. Which isn't the case necessarily with Redbubble, but obviously you just need to make a few sales, maybe post on social media, for example, just to kind of then get the boost. The order fulfillment is just basically done when a buyer places an order. They'll take care of the order production and shipping. So if there are any issues, then the Teespring customer services takes care of things, which is great. Traditionally with if you have your own dropshipping store, say on Shopify, for example, you would be having to deal with the customer service yourself, which can be quite time consuming. But with a marketplace, it's handled for you. And then you get paid by Teespring. I think they pay through a method called Payoneer and also through PayPal, which is obviously nice and straightforward. So essentially you can sell anything with Teespring. You can sell anything with Teespring at all. It's kind of on-demand merch, which is what's so exciting about this business model. You know, it's so exciting. You can create all these designs and then just keep selling them over and over again. So they have backpacks, socks, they have hoodies, t-shirts, they've got baby onesies and leggings and dad's hats and so on, women's tank tops. You can look at all the products. They've got cases, prints, wall tapestries, mugs, you know, then they've got all different designs of t-shirts, you know, they've got classic or, V-neck or more slouchy t-shirts, etc. So they've just got a whole range of merch, even fleece blankets. So this is a great business to start as well for, around, you know, kind of seasonal, for Christmas, or also for things like Father's Day or Mother's Day and so on. It's a really great time to think of having a store that you can set up and then obviously sort of, you know, kind of make the most of people's urgency to buy products for special occasions. So as I said before, because Teespring is so big, they've got a real massive amount of integrations and relationships and so on with other marketplaces at their disposal, which is really great. And they talk here about omni-channel distribution, which is just basically means that, you know, your merchandise can be selling in lots of different places. So they have this boosted network. I mean, obviously you guys can go and look at this in a little bit more detail. But what's great is that there are no listing fees, no costs, no promotional costs and so on. So they really have some great kind of marketing tools that you can make the most of and kind of get in front of millions of shoppers around the world, which is really amazing. You know, it's an amazing opportunity to sell your stuff. They've got this merch shelf, but of course, as far as I'm aware, as a YouTube creator, you have to have a certain number of followers to use that. And also they do have partners with Google Shopping campaigns, but this Google Shopping obviously has a cost attached. So you wouldn't necessarily be doing that straight away. The main thing is obviously just to get your storefront up and running. Okay, the one thing I will mention is that for Teespring, so there is an age restriction. So you cannot be younger than 13 years old. You're not allowed to use the service. But actually, if you're under 18, you are allowed to use Teespring. So you could create your own designs and have an account, but you have to have your parent or guardian approving that. And of course, if you're going to get paid out by PayPal anyway, it may well be that you're going to need your parents' account to do that. So that's the age limit to be aware of with Teespring. So let's take a look at redbubble.com. So Redbubble has got really kind of quirky designs. It's actually originally an Australian company. I think it's about 14 or 15 years old, is the company. So as you can see, they've got loads and loads of different categories of products, you know, stationery, kids and baby stuff. So they've got a really wide range of baby stuff, lots and lots of stuff. I mean, it's actually really great. And also stickers as well, which is quite cool, because obviously a lot of people have car stickers and their helmet stickers and stuff like that. So they've got a really great product range. They often have lots of kind of, it says they're like weirdly meaningful art. They have kind of a lot of really quirky artist designs on Redbubble. What's great about Redbubble as well is that unlike Teespring, they will promote you from day one. You know, you don't need to have sold a certain amount of products in order to get the benefit of all the traffic on their store and the promotions that they run. So so as you can see, string bags and so on. So, you know, if you've got great ideas for designs, or if you know someone, or you wanted to go, for example, to the freelance marketplace called Fiverr.com, for example, as long as you make sure, if you get your designs done for you on one of the freelance sites, just make sure that those are original designs and they haven't been copied from anywhere else, because that can sometimes sadly happen. So just be careful where you get your designs from. Probably in the next video I'll drop a couple of ideas as to what sites are recommended. Or you can just kind of start up with your own. If you here you see amazing sunflowers, pumpkin fields. You know, this is, you know, great, especially for seasonal products and products around certain times of year. And they've got kind of very quirky artist stuff as well, and they've got fan art as well. So it's all, you know, kind of really cool, really cool platform. So this is from a customer's point of view, but it's good for you to know as a seller. You know, there's worldwide shipping. There's secure payments. They've got, you know, they've got the free returns, and there's support as well. So again, because it's a marketplace, if anybody's got a problem, they'll just be able to submit their request to the 24/7 dedicated support. So this is a really simple way in which Redbubble works. So you just upload your designs to the products in your shop. Then customers find and purchase the products that they love that have got your designs on. And then the products are just produced on demand, so produced to order and then shipped around the world. And as they say here, customers get an awesome product and you get paid. So we'll actually go into how you set up your account and start selling in a different video. And also you get to set your pricing. There are features to protect your designs, the anti-piracy and watermark features. And also, as we said before, this world-class support for your customers 24/7 means that you don't have to be dealing with all of the you know, the time-consuming stuff that comes with dealing with customers. Now with Redbubble, the age limit is, as it says here, 16 years old. So you can't have an account if you're under 16. So that's actually the restriction, because you have to enter into a legal contract with Redbubble. So I would still recommend, actually, even at 16, that obviously you're doing this together with a parent or a guardian, but you are able to have an account when you're 16 or over. So just as a little bit of extra information, so with Redbubble you get paid either via PayPal or into your bank account, directly into your bank account. They start the payment cycle every 15th of the month, and what they do is they pay for every shipped sale. So you get paid once the order has been you know, printed, packed and shipped, and your earnings have to reach the payment threshold of $20, and then you'll be eligible to start being included in that monthly pay cycle. So next we're going to take a brief look at Merch by Amazon. So you need to go to merch.amazon.com. And Merch by Amazon works slightly differently to Redbubble and Teespring. It is similar in that obviously you upload your artwork and you just have to set the listing price. Now Amazon will create the listing for you, but you can decide on your price. and they print what's sold. So again, it's the on-demand method. You get fast shipping with Prime, which is obviously a huge bonus. So the contract that you have with Amazon is essentially that they are owning the product. Obviously you've uploaded your own artwork, but they're basically paying you royalties every month on the sales of those, of the products that are sold. So as with Teespring and Redbubble, there are no upfront costs, so no upfront investment costs at all. But what they do is they sell the designs as Amazon products. So that is actually the difference. They're sold as Amazon products and they're shipped by Amazon Prime. Now, of course, the big plus of Amazon is because they've got millions of customers worldwide. You know, that is a huge, huge bonus. So what you do is you just upload your artwork and you choose the product type and add the product description, but Amazon will create the product page. So they'll actually create the product listing for you. So when customers buy your product, they'll handle the production, shipping, and the customer service again. So there's very little that you have to do. Now, what I will say with Merch by Amazon is that you can only be invited. So you have to complete your application. You have to tell them more about your background, your experience, etc. And then you request an invitation. So they don't automatically let everybody sell on the Merch by Amazon platform. And part of the reason for that is that they don't want their marketplace to be flooded with people selling designs that may be copyrighted elsewhere, or you know, they certainly have particular standards of the types of designs that they want on their platform. And they basically want a serious, you know, not people who are just going to dabble with a few designs, but people who are really serious about selling on the Amazon platform. But the thing with Merch by Amazon is that kind of once you're in, you're in. Again, there's no inventory risk. You don't have to worry about unsold stock, which is the joy of this print-on-demand model. You earn royalties every month on every product sold. That's how it works with them. And then all the products are eligible for Prime shipping, which is absolutely the huge bonus. As you can see, there's lots of very well-known Merch by Amazon content creators with some very recognizable names there. And they do actually have an FAQ, so obviously you can go and read those FAQs if you feel that's something that, you know, Merch by Amazon could be interesting for you. Now, the last thing to mention about Merch by Amazon is that you have to be 18. So in order to hold an account, you have to be 18 years old because you're obviously forming a legally binding contract. So ultimately, it's best to obviously then do this with your parents, or it'll have to be, say you're working together with someone who you really trust. Say you're 17 and they're 18. You know, as long as it's somebody you really trust and they're going to be the account holder. You know, it may even be just better to do this with a parent who's an account holder, but that's the restriction for Merch by Amazon. So what I will quickly just mention as a bonus are these other two sites, which I'm sure you have heard of, maybe even bought on Etsy, for example. Now, I highly recommend both of these, and I will do separate videos on them rather than go into great detail here. You've got Etsy, which is etsy.com. Now for sellers, they do charge a listing fee, and it's 20 cents per listing. They do charge a transaction fee when an item sells. That's the same with Shopify. It's like a merchant fee, a transaction fee, and those are usually anywhere from sort of 3 to 5% per transaction across both Etsy and Shopify. So you would need to check that. But actually, Etsy's fees, that's kind of a little hidden fee that you have to be aware of, especially if you have, you know, a ton of your products that you want to list on there. And Shopify also, so Shopify, which I know very well, has monthly paid plans starting at the $29 per month. But within that, you could potentially have hundreds of products on your storefront, on your web store. So actually that works out pretty well with Shopify. I am a Shopify user, so I know that platform extremely well. And what you also, do have to remember that when you, if you sell on Shopify, for example, and you do have to do a lot of your own marketing in order to get traffic to your store, probably similar with Etsy, but Etsy you do get more organic traffic because people are going on and shopping on Etsy very regularly. But what you can do with both Etsy and Shopify is actually hook up a print supply, so they integrate very easily with other print-on-demand suppliers, so that if you've got an order on your Etsy store or Shopify store for a custom mug with a slogan, for example, then you could put that order through to the print supplier very easily. So there you go. I hope you really enjoyed that overview of print on demand. I'll be going into more detail about those services, particularly Teespring and Redbubble, in different videos. So please keep your eye out on those or for those. And in the meantime, don't forget to like this video, drop a comment below if there's something particular you wanted to ask about the video, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos. So see you soon.